It's Giants-Chiefs Monday Night Football. We break down the game, give you our best bet, and it all starts right now. Hey guys, it's Matt from GrandstandBettors.com, and Week 8 ends with a matchup between the New York Football Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. Before we get into that breakdown and prediction, just a reminder, if you're new to Grandstand Bettors, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And while you're at it, smash that like button if you enjoyed a nice football weekend. Wow, college football is just chaos this year. Might be the best college football season that we've had in a long time. But without further ado, let's dive in to some NFL action on Monday Night Football between the New York Football Giants and the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs come into this one favored by 10 points, and the over-under is set at 52. Now, the Giants come in at 2-5 on the season. They're coming off a last week win against the Carolina Panthers. That was their first win since Saquon Barkley went down a few weeks ago, and he will be out again this week. Devontae Booker has not done great since Barkley's been out. He's in 2 games started, only 26 carries, 92 yards. He does have a touchdown, though. The success of the Giants really relies on 2 things, and they really go hand in hand. You got the play calling and the execution that Daniel Jones does of that play calling. The play calling, though, for the most part, has just been awful all season long, and you can't blame Jones solely on the 2-5 record. Jones has thrown for 1,700 yards with 5 touchdowns. It's kind of crazy. Only 5 touchdowns through 7 games. He's also run for over 200 yards on the season for another 2 touchdowns. He has thrown 4 interceptions, but to be fair, 3 of those were actually in the game against the Rams. So he has limited his mistakes for the most part for the season, unlike Mahomes, and we'll get to him in just a little bit. But Jones and his receiving core, they're going to be going up against a very bad secondary. The Chiefs are the 7th worst defense, giving up 275 yards passing per game. However, injuries have plagued the Giants this year, as we know with Barkley already. You can also add Golladay to that list. He's going to be out. And Toney and Herbert are questionable. There is a good chance that Jones is going to have to put the offense on his shoulders and on his legs this one. But Toney, Herbert, maybe not overreact to them. I think they're trending where they will play, but who knows? That might be a game-time decision as well. On the other side of the field, the Chiefs come in at 3-4. Most say they're the most underperforming team this season. Hey, let's relax on the Chiefs, everyone, okay? They actually have one of the hardest schedules that they've played thus far this season. Their 4 losses comes at the hands of teams that have a combined winning percentage of over 700. So, to quote Aaron Rodgers from earlier this season, RELAX, relax on the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes still comes into this game after he laid an egg last week with some very good statistical numbers. 2,100 yards, 18 touchdowns on the season. Only Brady and Stafford have more touchdowns thrown on the season. Unsurprisingly, Hill, Kelsey has been his go-to targets again this year. They have over 50% of the passing yards and 50% of the touchdowns with 9. Kelsey, he's been dealing with a neck injury, but it does appear that he is going to start as he's been practicing in full this week. So he should be ready to go on Monday night. The passing game will look to get back on track this week after the dud that they left last week against the Titans. But the Giants have an above average secondary, and it may not be as easy as you think against a 2-5 team. Instead, the Chiefs may lean on that ground game. Giants have a bottom 3rd rushing defense. They're going to look to Williams as Edwards-Helaire continues to be out. Overall, this game has the feeling that if you're a Chiefs fan, it's kind of like a must-win situation here. Honestly, we hate that phrase, but it actually might be in this spot. The Chiefs have the hardest remaining schedule still left in the NFL, including hosting the Packers next week. So you would think that they are going to mentally come out here, want to take care of business, and cover that 10.5 points. But we just don't feel confident laying a number like that with a Chiefs team that turns the ball over as much. And on the other side, the Giants, they're so banged up with injuries that the play calling has been horrendous, and the play calling has been horrendous. You just can't trust what they're going to do, and we can't trust them to cover 10 points as well. So this is a total pass for us on the spread and the over-under. Instead, we're going to look at a prop bet for the first time on prime time this season in the NFL. And we're going to look at Daniel Jones. As we mentioned with this guy, he's going to have to carry his team, and most likely on his legs. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they're giving up the most rushing attempts, 6 per game to quarterbacks, and the most rushing yards, 34.4 to quarterbacks per game. So our best bet for Monday Night Football is going to be Daniel Jones rushing yards over 23.5. Now, we would take this all the way up to about 26.5, as we do expect this to tick up. So make sure you get in there, get that number as good as you can get. Grandstand Bettors, we're going to be doing a live play-by-play and betcast on Monday Night Football for the Giants-Chiefs game. So join us on Monday night at 8:10 Eastern here on our YouTube channel for some fun football and betting action. But that does it for us here at Grandstand Bettors. Make sure if you want that daily pick each and every day from us, you just join our Patreon. The link is in the description below. But as always, sit back, relax, enjoy Monday Night Football, and we'll see you tomorrow night.